In general, the flow profile for a fluid will be defined by several parameters. The radius of the upper flow is A0, while the radius of the flow just before coiling is A1. The portion of the flow toward the bottom of the flow is called the coil, and the remaining fluid above makes up the tail, while the entire height of the fluid is h. The fluid is described by the common parameters ρ, eta, and nu. It rotates at an angular frequency omega and flows at a volumetric flow rate q. The frequency depends on the majority of these parameters and can be broken up into four regimes where different forces dominate: the viscous regime, the gravity regime, the inertial regime, and a regime which cannot be easily defined due to its random motion. In general, the height is the main factor which determines the type of flow.
The viscous regime is dominated by the viscous forces exerted on the fluid and is seen at low values of h. Mathematically, the frequency of coiling is inversely related to the height of the stream and has no dependence on the actual viscosity of the fluid. Here, the rope radius is nearly constant because no gravity-induced stretching occurs. Essentially, the fluid coils to get out of its own way.
Honey.
The gravitational regime occurs at heights greater than those in the viscous regime and less than those in the inertial regime. Here, the viscous forces in the coil are balanced by gravity, and the coiling effects fight against the gravitational stretching. In this region, the coiling can become uniform and stable.
In the inertial regime, the viscous forces in the coil are balanced by both gravity and inertia, resulting in a complex transitional region. This regime occurs at very large values of h and visually looks like a random piling up of fluid on the surface.
The fourth regime's coiling frequency cannot be defined well by any type of mathematical model, as the other three could. It occurs at a height between those of the gravitational and inertial regimes, and is characterized by unpredictable oscillations between regular coiling and erratic piling up. Raising or lowering the height of the stream can rapidly transform the flow into either case 2 or 3.
Sugar.